Hey guys, it's me, 80s more for 4. So today, guys, I want to talk to you guys about France 3, Poland 1. So we're going to talk about the two World Cup matches for today. So if you're new around here, consider hitting that subscribe button. Like this video to enjoy. And we're going to go ahead and get started, guys. We're going to go ahead and get started. So let's start with the first game we got here is France 3, Poland 1. Guys, France, man, they're just too good. Even with all the injuries that France have, guys, France just still performing very well. And it's crazy because I didn't expect France to do this well leading up to this World Cup. I knew they would get out of the group because they have way too much quality compared to both Australia and Tunisia. But I always had the feeling they would finish second, and that they will play Argentina. But things can change, right? And when you have this guy in your team, you're always gonna have a chance. You're always gonna have a chance. Let's put it this way. So let's start with the first half. The first half was pretty cagey. France were definitely the better team. They were putting crosses into the box. And I think for Poland, what you have to give them credit is that they were defensively very tough to break down. I think for Poland in particular, they played really well for the first 40 minutes. And they even tested Lloris with a few saves. I think they even tested him, and Lloris had to make two saves, a rebound effort. And there was even a goal line clearance. I believe that was like the 37th minute, just before like the halftime mark. And then Giroud, man. Giroud just comes out of nowhere and scores his goal. And this goal actually is now the reason why he's now the top goal scorer of France of all time history, right? He is now the leading goal scorer, right? And it is incredible to see him actually overtake Thierry Henry. We know how special Thierry Henry is for France and football. And the fact that Olivier Giroud scored more goals than him is quite astonishing. It's quite insane to think. And from that point on, France kept piling on, piling on. Poland were still, trying to get the group, but I think you could tell that Poland were deflated. I think once Poland knew that it was only going to be a matter of time for Poland to keep up this intensity, and France, they just were piling on the pressure. They were so dominant in the day. The second goal was scored by Kylian Mbappe. What a pass that was from Dembele. And France, man, Mbappe, man, what a finish that is. What a finish that is. Great, beautiful finish just inside the box, and it is 2-0. And I think you could see now that it was such a comfortable goal. And then the third goal was scored by Kylian Mbappe and Marcus Thuram getting the assist there. And what a finish that was. The third goal was really nice. I think it was outside the box. It was really, really good there. And it's a beautiful, beautiful goal there. And then for the Lewandowski penalty, which that was obviously, I believe it was Upamecano making the handball there. Upstep Lewandowski. His penalty initially gets saved, but it was retaken because Lloris was off his line, and the second time was given, and Lewandowski scores his penalty. So you can see with Poland, man, they just didn't have enough in their tanks. I think they were just too. I just think France were just way too good for them, And you can see how crazy France have. Their team is insane. You have Koundé, you have Varane, Upamecano, Theo Hernandez, Rabiot, Griezmann, Mbappe, Dembele, Chouchemi, and Giroud. I mean, even Griezmann, even though he's not really getting the goals or assists, he's been fantastic in the midfield. I think he's done a great job there. And you can see how great this France team is. My only concern with France, though, is I feel like their defense is a bit shaky, and they haven't yet to keep a clean sheet. And I'm looking at their matchup against England, and yes, we would all probably say France is the heavy favorites. Obviously, I'm not going to give my preview for that, and I'll give that preview in the coming days. I think England can get at that France team. I think that France England game should be a very interesting game, and it's going to be very interesting to see what happens because one of England or France will be in the semifinals. And we both made the semifinals the last World Cup. So we're going to have a new one instead this time around. And it's going to be very, very interesting, man. Very, very interesting. So, massive, massive win for France. And Kylian Mbappe, man. How good is this guy? I want you guys to comment down below that. All right, let's get to the next game. England 3, Senegal 0. England, man. Senegal, man. I mean, it's ridiculous how Senegal could have honestly scored early in this game. That chance that Senegal had, I believe it was Boulaye Dia with a great save from Jordan Pickford. And I think you could see how Senegal were really struggling without Idrissa Gueye. I think Idrissa Gueye is such a huge presence for this team because he brings that defensive awareness. He's our CDM, and he's such a huge asset for this team. People are just saying Mane was a huge miss. I think Idrissa Gueye was a really big miss in this game. Because honestly, if Mane had played this game, I don't know if the game would have changed. Senegal probably would have scored, but England probably still do win because of the pure quality they have. And the first goal was scored by Jordan Henderson, man. There was a lot of questions about him starting this game, and he paid Gareth Southgate dividends. It was a great pass there from Jude Bellingham. Jude Bellingham once again showing his value. He was really good on the day, and I just think that for England in particular, man, they were just clinical on the day. Jude Bellingham getting an assist there, and then the second assist, the second goal was scored by Harry Kane. Phil Foden there with a nice through ball for Harry Kane. Harry Kane latches on into it just before the end of the first half, and you can see how Senegal coach he made them says Aliou Cisse made some changes. He brought Diatta, brought in Pape Sarr, brought in Dieng, brought on Papa Gay to try to change things up, but it wasn't to be. And then Phil Foden puts a nice pass for Bukayo Saka, and Bukayo Saka makes it 3-0. And you could see from that point on, Senegal did have some half chances, but ultimately, England were just too clinical. England were really clinical on the day, and that's the difference. England kind of is like, the thing about England is that they don't really play great football, but they're clinical. They kind of remind me of the Dutch in some ways of what the USA played, is that they just know how to get the job done. And England, man, it's a huge win for them against Senegal. Now they put that now they have a huge clash against France in the quarterfinals, which should be very interesting for that game, because that's going to be a mammoth game. I'm really looking forward to that one. I may even do a watch along for that game. Because it's too crazy, man. It's too good to be true. So, anyways, it's going to be an insane game. So indeed. So, like I said, for England, man, it's a huge win for them. The Three Lions, how can they do? And I think for England in particular, I think what they need to look at right now is give credit to Pickford, because Pickford making those two big saves early on the day. That big save early in the game could have changed the whole game. Maybe if Pickford didn't save it, we could have had a different game. And as far as Senegal is concerned, I think Edouard Mendy was poor today. I didn't think it was that great in goal. Yes, he made one save, but that's about it. Koulibaly, I thought, was poor. Diallo, not really that good. Like, there's really no Senegal player I could say that can have their heads held high. And I just think Senegal were just outclassed. They just couldn't compete with England. And at least for Senegal, they at least made the round of 16. So it was a well-deserved win for England. And let's see what they could do in the quarterfinals. So I want you guys to comment down below your guys' thoughts on these two games. And tell me your early thoughts for the England and France game. Obviously, I want you guys to save your thoughts for my match preview when I do that in coming days. But give me your early thoughts on that game. I'll be reading your comments and looking all throughout that. So make sure, guys, if you're new around here, considering that subscribe button, like this video, enjoy, comment down below your thoughts in the comment section below. And who do you think is England's best player in this World Cup? I want you guys to comment down below as well. And yeah, I hope you guys do enjoy. Make sure you guys comment down below the description below. And I'll see you guys later. Peace out.